suggested.
Everybody good?
She suggested her with her.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call this Aston Township Board of Commissioners meeting for Wednesday, April 19th, 2023 to order. Can we all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before we get started, I just wanted to thank my fellow commissioners for taking care of things while I was recuperating from something and keeping the township running smooth. I appreciate all the effort everyone put in keeping things running smoothly. At this time, I need approval of the minutes of the regular meeting on March 15, 2023.
Make a motion.
Second.
I have second. Questions, comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. I'd like to move on to committee reports. Commissioner Dockery, please.
The Treasurer's Report for March 2023. Operating cash in the general fund as of March 31st was $5,691,172. Other funds include the TD Bank Bond Fund checking account with a balance of $532,163. The TD Bank escrow checking account with a balance of $413,214. The TD Bank ARF fund with a balance of $851,219. The Liggett Fund, this is the 2022 bond, with a balance of $9,542,158. Total cash balance for the township as of March 31st was $22,853,103, and that concludes my report.
Thank you, Commissioner Dockery. Commissioner Pendergrass.
Thank you, Commissioner Gold. Yeah, Public Works Report for March 2023. 4 Public Works Highway employees attended and completed a course on flagging safety. Please remember to slow down when driving through a work zone. Hero banners that have fallen down throughout the winter have all been hung back up. The fencing around the playground area at Weir Park has been painted, and the playground and baseball fields are ready for the season. We have completed installation of a new post and rail fence at Manor Park. Sanitation Department picked up 75 tons of recycling and 475.67 tons of residential waste. In addition, 2,780 pounds of metal was recycled for $264.10. A reminder to all residents to dispose of all medical waste properly, as radiation can be found on something as small as a tissue or an adult diaper. Nuclear medicine patients should contact their doctors for more instructions on the proper disposal of medical waste. The next metal and appliance collection dates are May 1st to May 5th. Kindly put out on your regular trash day. Bulk trash should no longer exist. Anything that can burn can be put out on your curb for trash at any time. Please have your trash at the curb by 6 a.m. when you designate trash day. Questions regarding trash or recycling, please contact the Director of Public Works, Russ Palmore, at 610-494-8005. And I also have one more thing. At this time, the board is reviewing a report from Public Works in regards to a second trash pickup this summer. We are reviewing the cost factor as well as wear and tear on the trucks. We will have a detailed report in May or on our decision in May. Any comments or questions, call 610-494-1636, and that will put you, exit 117, and that would be Bill Fair, our business manager, or go to the Aston website. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Pendergrass. Commissioner Garrett.
Thank you, Commissioner Segal. This is the police report for March of 2023. Incidents handled 521, accident investigations 33, criminal investigations 27. Clearance rate for Part 1 crimes is 22%, clearance rate for Part 2 crimes is 72%. Now we'll go to the LPR license plate readers. Panel on Concord Road, 675,354 cars went through the intersection that month. Panel in Dutton Mills, 607,095. Concord and Dutton Mills Road, 661,513. Concord and Aston Mills, 526,391. And Concord Road and Bridgewater Road, 470,966. And that's my report.
Thank you, Commissioner Garrett. That's a lot of cars. Commissioner Higgins, please.
Thank you.
All right, I want to read the Building and Codes report dated April 19, 2023. Following is a report for the permits and licenses issued for the month of March 2023. Beginning balance was $85,909. Total income from building permits and general contractors licenses, $16,990. Total electrical permits and licenses, $2,520. Total plumbing and heating permits and licenses, $3,074. Income from Board of Health licenses, $3,075. Income from peddlers and vendors permits, $600. Income from commercial maintenance inspections, $0. Income from certificates of occupancy, $2,200. Income from rental licenses, $5,350. And income from street openings, $1,215. So the total revenue collected for the month is $35,024. The total for 2023 was $120,933 compared to March of 22 of $130,035. One other short note for land development. Anybody driving down Concord Road probably has noticed that the old CN Skate Palace is just about down and totally been raised. And they're currently back there recycling concrete versus metal versus other materials. And after that's all done, the new developer will be constructing Perfect Storage. It's a self-storage facility, and that's at 3471 Concord Road. So many of you here would remember that. So in case you're wondering what's going on there, that's what it is. So that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Higgins. Commissioner Bowden.
I have a report from the library. He wants to let everyone know some of the stuff that's going on. Bingo, to benefit the Aston Public Library, will be Saturday, May the 6th. Bingo is from 6 to 9. Doors will open at 4:30, $25 admission. All cash prizes, no one under 18 will be admitted. No alcoholic beverages are permitted. There will be a special Earth Day story time on Saturday, April the 22nd at 2 p.m. Join Miss Amy for an Earth Day story and then color pots to take down and plant seeds. Space is limited. Registration through the calendar at www.astonlibrary.org. There's an art group with Miss Angela, which meets each Saturday at 10 a.m. at the library. The group is an opportunity to work on collective or individual projects with assistance and feedback. The group will be focusing on different media each week. Bring your child to a weekly story time. Infant, toddler story time with Miss Raven is Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. Preschool and older toddler story time with Miss Amy is Thursday at 10:30 a.m. That's all I have for the library. And the Aston seniors, their next meeting is Thursday, April the 27th at 10:30 a.m. at the Aston Community Center. They'll be serving lunch, roast beef, gravy, mashed potatoes, salad, and dessert. For entertainment, they're going to have a singer and a guitar player. So please come on out. And the last thing I have is I'm still begging for crossing guards. So anybody that's interested or knows a friend, we're paying $16 an hour. It's part-time work. You'll only work during the school hours. I have somebody over there making me laugh. I really need crossing guards to get these kids to school safe. So please contact the police department if you're interested in doing it. That's all I have.
Thank you, Commissioner Bowden. Commissioner Regan.
Thanks, Commissioner Segal. Two reports for this evening. The first one is an update on a public meeting that will be happening next week. People have heard me talk about before, and may know some residents that have had some issues with the noise associated with the new train service or expanding train service into the Wawa station. While it isn't in Aston Township, there are some noise complaints and noise issues that kind of come over the line. It's good work from our township staff and others. Coordinated meeting with Chester Heights Borough and Middletown Township is hosting it. That's where the tracks are. That'll be next Tuesday at the Roosevelt Community Center at 6:30, and SEPTA representatives will be there. We'll make sure, talk to staff, that's going to get up on the website as well and out on social media. So just want to make folks aware of that and feel free to share it. And then for the fire report this month, I have a report and an update from a recent meeting regarding EMS services. So in terms of the update and the report, some of the great statistics I like to share in the fire report that the department puts together is we continue to have strong manpower for each incident. We have about 10 people on average respond to each incident, and our response times are great. At this recent meeting, the state representative who's from Radnor Township was bragging about Radnor's response time and talking about 9-10 minutes, and ours is just under 7 minutes for fire dispatch and just over 7 minutes and 2 seconds for EMS dispatch, which I think is tremendous and a great service that we have in Aston Township. And so shifting to the EMS meeting, Brookhaven Borough hosted a meeting, and folks will remember about a year or so ago we had a challenge when Crozier, as they were going through a number of changes with that hospital system, had announced they were no longer going to provide ALS service, which is the advanced life support medics. We do have our own ambulance service in Aston, but that's what they call BLS, kind of the basic support. And the ALS, provides that added expertise that comes out on any issue. We had, through help from the fire committee, Les Berry, Nancy Bowden, and staff, we worked with Crozier, and they agreed to keep that ALS ambulance and chase car here, kind of right behind us, the township building. But EMS service is a challenge all over the county. You have challenges because of just cost of providing the service, continuing to find people that will go through the training to be a medic or an EMT, because just like every other field, the training gets more and more intense, as anybody that knows somebody in the firehouse will testify to. So there's a number of state representatives were there, a state senator, John Kane, a representative from county council. So we'll continue to work with the fire department to try to make sure that they have the services that they need. And as our stats can attest to, I think we're certainly better off than most there because of the department that we have here. But I just want to make sure to mention that, folks that are aware of it. And I think that's just one of those stories that'll be will take more and more work as the years come to make sure that we maintain those good services. So that's it for that report, and I'll turn it back over to Commissioner Segal.
Thank you, Commissioner, again. I'd like to move on. I need approval of the treasurer's report.
Make a motion.
Second.
And a second, questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Need approval to pay the bills and payroll.
Make a motion.
Second.
I have a second. Questions, comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. All right, at this time I'll open up the floor to the public for agenda items only. If somebody has a question about something that's on the agenda, you can come to the podium.
Will there be public speaking time at the end for non-agenda items, sir?
Yes.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Nicholas Penza, 30 Morgan Road. I have two questions tonight. The first one's more schematic. The treasury report that Commissioner Doherty sends in each night. Now, does that money include the fees and permits that Commissioner Higgins usually gives in?
Yes, it does.
That's in. Yeah, it's just one schematic. The second one is new business C. About new business E. Sorry, about the additional cameras at intersections. What intersections were they going to be?
It's going to be announced.
Yeah, I'll discuss that before the end.
You'll know the locations.
All right, thank you.
Anyone else on the agenda
I
items?
just want to say something. Nick, we just want to thank you for being a great Easter bunny at the Easter egg hunt for Park and Rec.
All right, I'd like to move on to new business, line item A, announce Camp Rainbow. Commissioner Bowden.
I'm going to read to you a statement. Camp Aston, which was formerly Camp Rainbow, so we've changed the name to Camp Aston. Camp Aston is scheduled to begin its 6-week session on Monday, June the 26th, and run through until Friday, August the 4th. Camp will begin at 8:30 a.m. until 12:30 p.m., Monday through Friday. The cost for camp is $60 for one child. For each additional child after that, $5 will be discounted. One child, $60, two children, $60 for the first $55 for each additional. Registration forms will be available at the Township Administration Office, 2 New Road, Aston Township, or at the website www.astontownship.net. Registration will be open on Monday, May 1st, to give residents the opportunity to register their children. There will be no camp on Tuesday, July the 4th, to observe the 4th of July holiday. Go ahead.
Thank you, Commissioner Bowden. Line item B, consider a motion to approve the road program. Commissioner Pendergrass.
Thank you, Commissioner Stoll. I make a motion to award the bid for the 2023 Aston Township Road Program to AF Gaming, Inc. of Upton, PA, the base bid of $357,258.80, and a total bid with alternates of $418,735.15. Thank you.
It's in the form of a motion.
Form of motion.
I have a second. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Line item C, consider a motion to approve the ratification agreement with the Sisters of St. Francis. Commissioner Doherty.
Okay, I need to explain this one a little. So last September, some residents may remember I did a presentation up there in that wall about the buying 43 acres from the Sisters of St. Francis for open space. At that time, the agreement went through, the funding agreement went through March of 2023, which was last month. At that time, we were waiting for the award of an additional grant. So last month, we got a $200,000 award from the local share account grant from the state. So in short, yeah, we have all the money we need to make this project go forward, but we need to extend the agreement. So this motion will extend the agreement through, I think, June. So with that said, I make a motion to approve the I make a motion to ratify the first addendum to the agreement of sale to extend the funding contingency in the form of a motion.
Second.
I have a second. Well explained, Commissioner Doherty. Any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Line item D, consider a motion to approve the agreement with Fleet Management. Commissioner Berry, please.
Thank you, President Scott. Consider a motion to approve the agreement with Enterprise Fleet Management. Before I make the motion, I'd like to explain that we're doing this because it's more cost effective to go with Enterprise. And now, I'd like to make a motion to approve the agreement with Enterprise Fleet Management in the form of a motion.
Second.
Okay, I have a second. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Line item E, consider a motion to approve proposal for police cameras. Commissioner Doherty.
Okay, a little more explanation. So over the last few years, we put license plate readers and intersection cameras at 5 intersections. They're already up and running, and they're the ones that Commissioner Berry reads during the police report. They've been very successful, and I'll probably be doing a presentation in July to explain that program. But they've been so successful, we're going to try to increase that. So tonight, I'll make a motion to approve a proposal from Plate Logics to install additional police cameras at the following intersections. A license plate recognition LPR camera at Pennell Road and Glendale Boulevard, and overview cameras. These are intersection cameras at Pennell Road and Glendale Boulevard, Concord Road and Pancoast Avenue, Concord Road and Laird Boulevard, Pennell Road and Laird Boulevard, Pennell Road and Lamppost Lane, Pennell Road and Stringbrook Boulevard, Pennell Road and Weir Roads, and Pennell Road and Hall Drive in the form of motion.
Second.
I have a second. Any questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Okay, line item F, consider a motion to amend resolution for McFadden Group. Commissioner Higgins, please.
Thank you. Township of Aston, Delaware County, Pennsylvania, resolution number 2023-37. Revised preliminary/final land development plan approved for McFadden Group, Inc. Whereas a preliminary/final land development plan has been submitted for McFadden Group, Inc. for a parcel of ground located at 3471 Concord Road, Aston, PA. And whereas this project received preliminary final approval with resolution number 2022-126. And whereas a revised formal plan dated June 16, 2022, last revised April 11, 2023. Post-construction stormwater calculations for perfect storage dated June 16, 2022, prepared by Inland Design Civil Engineers, Surveyors, and Land Development Consultants. Aston Township file 2022-03A have been presented to the Aston Township Board of Commissioners. Now therefore be it resolved as follows. That the Board of Commissioners recommend revised preliminary final approval subject to the following. Compliance with Pannoni Engineers letter of September 28, 2022, along with additional comments that might be required based on review of the April 11, 2023 plans. Compliance with Aston Township Planning Commission comments of September 28, 2022. Compliance with Delaware County Planning Commission letter of July 22, 2022. Compliance with decision of the Aston Township Zoning Hearing Board on January 25, 2022. And compliance with the new construction committee comments from October 11, 2022. Duly approved, adopted this 19th day of April 2023. Aston Township Board of Commissioners, James M. Stigall, President, Board of Commissioners, attested to by Kelly Pippin, Township Secretary, in the form of a motion.
Second.
I second. Any questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. I'd like to move on to escrow releases. Just saw something under other business, but that's number 11. I'm going to move on to escrow releases.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. I've been away that one.
All right, this is a short reading tonight. Aston Township, Delaware County, Pennsylvania, resolution 202338. Whereas ordinance number 240 and ordinance number 360 provide for escrow funds for completion of improvements, and whereas the Township Engineer and New Construction Committee has approved the request for escrow funds released to Vision Solar LLC, Winfrey-9 Hurl Place, folio number 1181-00, subaccount number 7766129-801. Now therefore be it resolved that Aston Township executes such action as required by the Township Secretary and the President of the Board of Commissioners to release the sum of $107.50 payable to Vision Solar LLC, Winfrey, 9 Hurl Place. Duly adopted this 19th day of April 2023, Township of Aston by James M. Stigall, President, Board of Commissioners, and attested to by Kelly A. Pippin, Township Secretary, in the form of a motion.
I have second. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Next one is a summary amount. Following amount is for engineering fees to be paid to Pannoni Associates for the month of April, totaling $1,361 in the form of a motion.
I have second. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you, Commissioner. All right, at this time, I'll open up the floor to the public. If anybody has a comment, please come to the podium, state your name and address.
Good evening. Anyone? Sheila Whitfelder. Sheila Whitfelder, 9 Blackthorn Lane, in Woodbrook. The Aston Township Historical Society has great news to report to the community tonight. Gabe Kelso will receive the Public Service Award on June 6th for preservation in the public interest from the Preservation Alliance for Greater Philadelphia, which began around 1980 working to preserve the Philadelphia area's history. Dave was selected from over 30 nominees, not only for his work with the Aston Township Historical Society, but with 6 other societies in the county, as well as Chester County and Liberty, New Jersey. After a fire, he worked for 2 weeks at the Third Presbyterian Church, which had been under the care of the Chester Historical Society, finding items to preserve and taking lots of photos. He took photos at the Rose Hill School in Chester Heights before it was torn down. The Halkett Mansion in Ridley Park, designed by William L. Price of Rose Valley, and connected the owner to the Rose Valley Group at Thunderbird Lodge while it was being remodeled. And we know all about his amazing work on revitalizing the Rockdale Parade, which was first held in 1881, one of the oldest continuous parades in America. It now has a 13-person board, a 501c3 nonprofit status, a charitable group that donated 6 $50 supermarket gift cards to families in the Aston Township area at Thanksgiving. And the parade in 1E22 was a huge success. Dave also received a preservation award for his work to maintain and restore the Village Green Schoolhouse. Using the Ethel Sargent Clark grant, written and received for the Aston Township Historical Society by Carol Cannon, Dave replaced the front and back shutters, painted all the trim work, belfry and upper trim. The exterior was fully painted, too. The classroom floors were sanded and refinished. Aston Public Works provided work on flower beds on either side of the front steps and new stone beds at the bottom of the walkway. He gathered Mike Archer, Steve King, and Keith Bookinger to help. Our township treasure has not looked better. Thank you, Dave, for all your hard work. We are inspired by your passion for preserving history and making it available to everyone.
Statement. Speech.
Oh, no. It was enough just to get me here, but thank you.
Karen Micah, 151 Nottingham Court, in Part 2. 2 other Delaware County Historic Preservation Awards were received by Aston Township historical members. The Special Project Award was received by Agnes Barkall, a well-known watercolorist, John McFadden, researcher, Rick Kirkwood, collection coordinator, and Aston Public Works for their help to plan and create the Aston Township Historical Society 30-piece art display at the Aston Township building. Please walk around while you were there and see the wonderful representation of Aston's historic places, all donated by the Historical Society. Pat Smith received an Individual Achievement Award for her work as president for the Chester Heights Historical Society and faithful member of Aston Township Historical Society, who over the years has served as president, vice president, secretary, treasurer, and now its collection and donations chairman. Pat has worked tirelessly to preserve, protect, and uncover the history of Aston and Chester Heights. And thank you to the Preservation Alliance of Greater Philadelphia and the Heritage Commission of Delaware County for recognizing these hardworking and deserving members of Aston Township Historical Society for their love of history and dedication to preserving it. Finally, 2 dates to put on your calendar. Thursday, May 11th, doors open at 6:30 at the Aston Community Center to see the new Aston Township Historical Society displays. On our local history, the Lene Lenape display includes pieces from the Kerner farm by 3 generations of the family, the Triumph family display of photos, tools, and information on the Triumph Road homestead, the churches of Aston in the lounge area, and the historic homes and photos and information. The program begins at 7 o'clock and is the murder of the Red Gable, a mansion formerly located at the corner of Concord and Red Hill Road. The crime, or was it self-defense, made the front page of the New York Times. The story dominated the Daily Times and other local papers for 2 years. Come and hear the details we have uncovered and decide for yourself. And for those of you who missed the first open house at the Kiera House at Fisher's Corner, Convent and Concord Road, Newman University is holding a second one for the community to visit the beautifully restored Rhodes Elser House. It's really something to see. Some of you may remember it as a B&B or for the little antique store on the property. So the open house is June 22nd from 4 to 6 p.m. Check your email. And on May 5th at 2 p.m. at the 1724 Chester Courthouse, which is the oldest continuous use courthouse in the country, will be law day and will be open at 2. Please join us there also. Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Joseph Brian DeShala. I live at 110 Donnelly Avenue in the 7th Ward of Aston Township. D is in David, Y is in yellow, C is in Charles, H is in Henry, A is in Apple, L is in Larry, A is in Apple. Thank you. I have some comments that I believe need to be entered into the public record, and I'm here to do just that. My first comment is, it's my understanding the Aston Township Board has successfully sued Delaware County to keep the health department out. If this is true, thank you guys. This is the type of representation we deserve. My next comment involves election integrity. The drop box, it's supposed to be gone. But more importantly, it's my understanding that County Council is implementing some type of scheme where they are going to try to consolidate the 7 wards of Aston Township into a single precinct. As a poll watcher, someone who has worked the polls the past several election cycles, I know the volume of people that come through each individual ward. The Pennsylvania Code is very clear that 1,200 voters per precinct per ward is the maximum. Delaware County Council is out of control and needs to be stopped. This simply cannot be implemented and needs to be addressed by the board. This is very important. Our election integrity has been called into question for several years now for various reasons, and this is just one more scheme that the Democrats on the county council are planning to try to push on us. I don't know if this is some kind of retaliation for removing the drop box and suing the health department, or if there are some other underlying issues, but it is completely unacceptable and must be addressed. Those are my comments for today. Thank you, President Stigale, Vice President Higgins. Mike, it's good to see you out of the hospital and back here. Thank you, board, and most importantly, thank you, residents who are concerned with what goes on in our township, that you're able to attend these meetings. I believe work early to be here, but I thought it's important, incredibly important, that my comments regarding the election integrity and consolidating the wards of Aston Township into a single precinct need to be on record. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Anyone else? That means he's got something to say.
Joe Hart, 143 Gerald Drive. I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank all the township people, commissioners, the Aston Township Police Department, the Fire Department, and Russ Paramore and the Dream Team for all the extra work they gave us down at Weir Park over the last couple of weeks. Due to the inclement weather, we couldn't get our volunteers. It rained every time we planned to do it, and Russ and those guys picked up. We want to thank the board for coming, ask the police for getting us down there safely, and the Green Ridge gang for being in the parade. Also, the Green Ridge guys gave CPR training to some of our coaches and parents after the ceremony was over. So we appreciate that. We do have an AED on site down there, and it's ready to go. And all the coaches have been trained, so we're trying to stay ahead of it. So again, thank you for everything.
Thank you. That's more for the public works than the commission.
How you doing? Leo, this and that? Can you start? Sure. B is in boy. ISS. O-N-E-T-T-E. 43 man. Oh, B-I-S-S. B is in boy. I-S-S. O-N-E-T-T-E. I just want to go and thank Nancy for her work with Rick. Rick Sheds. We have kind of an open communication now, which is great. So anytime you need him, I can call him. We really have made a lot of headroom with all this car wash. He's gonna get more signs. We met with him last night, me and the other neighbors. And we're gonna get signs, he did all the lighting. So he's really, really helping us out, because he wants it to end. And I just wanna say thank you for that. I also wanna thank you for the house on our street that had a porta potty and a trailer blocking the sidewalk. Yeah, so thank you, that's finally going too. So, I just wanna thank you, and
I guess I'll give you your $50 later.
no need, it's been a pleasure.
Glad to see that issue resolved with.
Hey, Kathy Patch, 2931 Concord Road, Aston. I just have a quick question regarding last year during one of the commissioners' meetings. There was talk about getting a grant to have the Concord Road lights synchronized. So we're past the first quarter. So I'm looking as far as what the new date would be.
Joe? you
Yeah, I
comment?
mean, we're working with PennDOT, because even though, we got the grant, you're right, but it has to go through their system for approvals, not easy, but, we are working through the system with PennDOT to get them. The good thing is that once we get that approval, it's not a very difficult process to get the, the work all done. We're just working our way through the PennDOT system. I would think that it's probably a summer project, kind of what I think about it. So.
Well, it's been a long time coming, so even the summer would be very helpful. The other thing is I know we had talked about it in the past, and I did look in the newsletter to see the Donnelly area, because the roundabout's no longer happening. I saw, and I was a little bit confused by the description in the newsletter. I was wondering if you could just take a minute just to kind of clarify, because to me it looked like maybe there was going to be kind of what's on Pennell Road, but everybody's interpretation is different.
Joe?
Yeah, the plan now is to put medians in. We're not going to plant them because they're not going to be as wide as the one on Pennell, so it would just be a maintenance nightmare. But there are going to be medians, the intersection is going to be, the project is going to go from Village Drive to Raymond. So that'll be the project limits. And again, it's another, the difference between this one and the one we just spoke about, right, is that this one takes on a different level with PennDOT in terms of it's because of where the grant money came from. It's going to be a longer process to get through the PennDOT system. But the township we did get approval for our office to begin the design processes. And that itself took a couple months to get. But that is the design. And as we're going to be required to have public meetings, so that once we proceed a little bit further with the design, there'll be a public meeting to take public comment, just like we did with the roundabout.
And then last but not least, very quick, I know that at last month's meeting, there was talk about having an additional meeting to talk about the bids and plans for the potential new building for our township. Any other forward motion on that?
Yeah, I think the timing is probably targeting to do something in the fall. So we're just not ready from the architect and everything to have something that'd be a good presentation. And then we don't want to have it over the summer with people being away and all that. So we'll probably
just looking for a time frame. Thank you.
Yeah.
Good evening. Debbie Swerzik, SWIERCZK, 2252 North Spring House. Nancy, thank you. I live behind the car wash. Appreciate it very much. Well, my question is, we have a resident on Spring House Lane. Their property is atrocious, and we want to know if there's anything that could be done about it. I can't. Do you know the house number?
Wait. Don't say it. You have, I'll handle this. Do you have a couple of minutes after the meeting?
I do.
Okay, we'll talk to you about that then.
Okay.
I just don't want to do that public.
Sure. Thank you.
All right, thanks. anyone else? All right, seeing none, I'd like to move on to other business. Commissioner Pendergrass.
Thank you, Commissioner Scott. Consider a motion to approve the bid from sewer and water evaluations and rehabilitation procedures for stormwater sewer pipe repairs at 50 Houston Drive, Aston, PA, in the form of a motion. Stormwater sewer pipe repairs at 50 Houston Drive, Aston, PA, 19014, the amount not to exceed $67,250. In the form of a motion.
And a second, questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. All right, I'd like to move on, still under other business. Commissioner Doherty, anything?
I just first want to thank the Historical Society for stopping by tonight. I want to congratulate Mr. Kelso on his award and all the other award winners for their work on behalf of the township. And that is it.
Thank you. Commissioner Pendergrass?
Yeah, same here. I want to congratulate Dave, congratulate the Historical Society. And I also want to, again, thank Public Works for all they do for this township. They do a fantastic job. Thank you.
Commissioner Berry?
I'd like to congratulate Dave, great job, thank you.
Commissioner Higgins?
Yes, congratulations to the Historical Society and for all their work. Dave is still here. Well, congratulations to Dave for his job. And I guess that's it. Thank you.
Commissioner Bowden?
I have a couple things. First of all, congratulations to Mr. Kelso and the Historical Society. Second, I want to thank personally the Public Works Department for renovating what Pennell Manor Park. That park has now been in existence for multiple years. It was shut down many, many years ago after a fire. And I talked with them, and there's all young families moving up into Pennell Manor, and there's lots of young children up there. So with our wonderful Public Works Department, they went up and they put a piece of equipment, which they renovated. They put some fencing up there, some mulch, and it looks absolutely beautiful. And it didn't cost the taxpayers any money because it was all stuff that was here that they used. So I'm really, really thankful. That's all I have.
Thank you. Commissioner McGinn?
Thanks, Commissioner Segal. Obviously, congratulations to Dave and the Historical Society for what they do. Joe Hart, I see him in the back. He must have been preparing, for this presentation because he ditched the Santa Claus look and, clean shaven. So looking good, Joe. But in a serious note, obviously thank you to Public Works for what they did, but special thanks to all of the coaches and folks that manage, both Aston Valley, whether their opening day last week, and Aston Middletown, who has theirs coming up next week. It's pretty hard for most municipalities don't have one, youth baseball league anymore. We still have two, and have a good, robust, organization of both, which makes them set. Without the volunteers and people that kind of give a crap, those leagues go by the wayside. So special thanks to everybody there, and that's it for me.
Thank you. Mr. DeFeo? Okay. Joe? What? Oh, okay. Boy, come back, it's a quick meeting. I just want to say thank you to the Historical Society, congratulations to Dave Kelso, and the board again for picking up when I was ill, and I just want to thank everyone. Get back on track. With that, I need a motion to adjourn. Thank you.